Good morning and welcome to this first, but perhaps not last, end of term recorded message that's going home to all of our families. I do hope you are well and you're looking forward to a well-earned break over the summer holiday and looking forward to coming back and joining us in September. Now, the last few months have seen the word unprecedented and challenging, perhaps overused. So instead of dwelling on the past, I'm going to look to the future, starting with today. Today, we're sending home a report to all of our parents that shows how we've seen your child engaging with online learning over the past few weeks and months. Now, of course, we know that there are some students out there who've been working very hard, but have been recording their work in exercise books or on pieces of paper. So we hope that you use this report in the nature in which it's intended, which is really just to keep you informed. Also today, we are sending home a presentation for our students and parents that gives a little bit more detail around how we are going to be operating the school in September. Please take a few minutes to run through this with your child because it's important to understand exactly how we are going to be operating when we return. Looking ahead to the summer holidays, although the school will be shut, our sites team will be very busy. We have got a new CCTV system being put in. Our toilets are being refurbished as well, which is exciting. And we're, of course, putting in place all of the preparation that we need to reopen in September. Moving on to September, the 1st and 2nd of September are both staff training days. They're very important for us because we are going to be changing the way we run the school, and our staff obviously need to be very up to speed with how things are going to work. On Thursday, the 3rd of September, we'll be welcoming back our Year 7 students. This will be the first full day they've had in school, and we'll be doing some transition work to get them settled in, show them around, and hopefully to allay some of those butterflies in stomachs that perhaps the children will be walking in with. On Friday, the 4th of September, we'll be welcoming back our Year 7s, our Year 9s, and our Year 11s. And then on Monday, the 7th of September, we'll be welcoming back our Year 7s, our 8s, and our 10s. So why are we phasing in the return of students? Well, really, the message here is that we want to try and make sure that the students have a chance to get used to the new way the school is going to be running in September. Our aim when we do return in September is that students will attend all of their lessons as normal. We aim to offer the broad and balanced curriculum and try and get back to a sense of normality really as quickly as possible. We are going to be avoiding the mixing of year groups by having very controlled changeovers between lessons, including students lining up before they go into buildings and entering classrooms from outside doors whenever that's possible. We also will have a one-way system in operation through a couple of our blocks to make sure that we don't have congested areas or the opportunity for students to mix across year groups. We're also staggering our break and lunch times. Again, it will make it easier for us to manage the cafeteria and the snack shack, and also the toilet facilities will not then be shared at break and lunch time. We have completed a rigorous risk assessment, and this will be available on the website for all parents to view later on this week. Please also read our frequently asked questions, which are published on the website, which hopefully will answer many of your questions that you have about the schools reopening in September. It does feel like things are relaxing, and the Prime Minister mentioned that November will hopefully bring us back to a state of near normality. However, I have to say that there are a number of members of our teaching staff and support staff who are very anxious about coming back to school because they're either clinically vulnerable or clinically extremely vulnerable. In addition, there are a number of students who also fall into those categories who are also very anxious about coming back to school. It's really important then that we make sure that they feel safe when they come back. So please make sure you do read through with your children all the information that's coming out from the school, and please model good responsible behaviour of the children over the summer holiday in terms of hygiene, washing hands, keeping social distancing, all of these things that will be so important for us to run safely when we open in September. The last thing we want to do is to have a localised lockdown and more disruption to your child's learning. At school, the word catch up is banned. We know that there are students who've engaged more with online learning and some who've engaged less. And when they come back, we will be looking to find out where the gaps are in their learning, but there will be no barrage of assessments. Instead, we'll be looking at low stakes quizzing, just trying to find out really where the child is before we move on. Then we'll be putting in place our plans to make sure that learning continues apace and any of those gaps that we need to fill are addressed. That really comes initially from good teaching. Good teaching will fill most gaps if it's delivered effectively. There will be some students, particularly those in Year 10 and perhaps Year 11, who will need some more targeted intervention. That will happen perhaps after school or at lunchtimes, in small groups, or even one-to-one. We have not set any work for students to complete over the summer because we feel that everyone needs a break. We know that our houses turn back into homes and perhaps not the home education battlegrounds that they've become over the last few weeks and months. Our Year 10 and 11 students can, however, access help sheets through the website and through Google Classrooms. The Google Classrooms will remain open if they want to continue to prepare or get ready for returning. There is much to be excited about coming back in September. And I do hope that Boris is right, and by November, things will be as close to normal as possible. So until September, I wish you a restful summer, and please, for the sake of our community and for everyone's health, stay safe. Goodbye.